I would like to share 5 tips with you that can make any day productive. Do you want to have a more productive day? I'm excited to serve you today by sharing 5 tips that can make your day productive. These really can make anyone's day productive. Take your day from that feeling of, I'm just trying to get through the day. Oh, it's been such a rough day, to that feeling of accomplishment and fulfillment. Anyone can have a productive day, and more of them. With these 5 tips, you can not only get more done, but feel better about each day. No longer do you have to get to the end of a day and feel like I got nothing done. First tip I have for you today, start your morning with setting the tone for your day. Let's begin with the end in mind. So get up in the morning, give yourself enough time to care for yourself, to care for your mind, your body, and be in a state of mind where you feel good about your day. Take care of your health. It's so important. If stress gets us down, we get to another day. I've been there. I've been so stressed where I've showed up at the massage therapist. I feel it in my neck when I get stressed and my shoulders. And she looked at me right away. First time I showed up, she said, it's your left shoulder and it's your left neck muscle. She said, I can tell by the way you're walking. She said, what did you do? And I told her I was just working. And she was telling me how it's tied into stress and it's tied into all these things because it's like a muscle. I wasn't relaxing myself. I wasn't taking the time to start out in the day. In the morning, I was just running off to work, thinking I was going to be more productive, and I self-sabotaged my productiveness. So take time in the morning and be present in the morning to get ready for your day. Tip number 2, prioritize your tasks. Lay out your top priorities in the right order, daily and then weekly, because some tasks may not be able to be completed in a day, and sometimes we get stuck on that and we fail to remember that, hey, I don't have everything to complete this task. If I bring it over to tomorrow, I will have the correct information. It'll be really easy. So I like doing a weekly and a daily, and then you can even do further and throw things out further. This way you can take the high pressure tasks that you need to get done, and you can put them out in the morning, get those out of the way, the urgent ones, and then you can focus on being creative. That way you're not thinking about, we're working here and we're thinking, oh, I still got to do this. I hate that feeling of working on a project and then I'm thinking about like the real urgent thing I have to do. Get that out of the way and then focus on the next project. It'll be way more effective. I learned this by 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You've probably read that book. I love the book and the quadrant. If you haven't read that book, that is just so amazing because it's practical things that anyone can do to have a more productive day. Tip number 3, work on one thing at a time. Multitasking creates stress, anxiety. It's like having 100 tabs open on your computer, all playing different music and different sounds. It would drive you insane. That's what it's like when we're trying to do a bunch of different tasks. It's like reading a book and jumping from chapter to chapter and just reading bits and pieces. Humble jumbo, your brain can't make sense of it, and it's not productive. So do that by blocking out time and setting time aside for each task. If we block out time, it makes our days very productive, and we realize I'm only going to work on this project for an hour, so we don't find ourselves 3 hours later and we're still struggling with this project. Take a break, go to the next project. Number 4, which is just that, take breaks. When we focus very intensely, and it's very productive to do this, focus intensely, it can drain us though. So if you're working on something, step away from the computer every hour, stretch, look out the window. I have pictures of my family and it brings happy memories, or I'll look out my window, I have the mountains out there, and I just take a breather, and it resets my brain. Our brain is a muscle. I feel like I sit down at my computer and I'm pounding keys, and it's like a set at the gym where we're working out. And then we have to take a break. We have to stretch. We have to get a drink of water. So by doing this, by taking breaks, it resets your brain and you can go again and focus hard and be very productive. Tip number 5, manage your time. Time is the biggest asset we have. It's not money, it's not resources, it's time. And for all of us, it's limited. So by setting hard tasks in the morning, you're going to get those out of the way. Time block it. And then sometimes we can have like these harder tasks that take more focus and concentration. And then we can, what I do is I take easier tasks and I put them in between sometimes. If there's an article I need to read or some piece of information I need to research to have for another project, I will do that in my breaks. It kind of helps me to do a hard task, focus, take a break, go do this little easier task, step away from my computer. I even started printing more things out because I'm trying to stay away from computer screens, which it's impossible, just more, and reset my brain, and it's really helped a lot. So by being conscious of our time, scheduling out our tasks, maybe leave afternoons for conversations and more collaborating, and mornings when we're just fresh out of the gate for the more tasks that need more attention and focus. Number 6, celebrate and reflect. This is so important. We need to celebrate our wins, what we accomplished, recognize our wins, review our work of what worked and what didn't work so well. So we can increase what worked, decrease what didn't work so well, and we do this by reflecting a day at a time. Not getting to the end of the year and it feels like we didn't do laundry all year and we're looking at this huge pile of things and it's just impossible. When we do it every day, we feel good about ourselves when we reflect at the end of each day and we debrief. I consider it a debriefing. I want to debrief so I can forget about what's going on at work as much as possible and I can be present with my family, with my kids. If I'm out playing ball with my son or I'm out walking with my daughter or my wife, I want to be present. I want to be there and with them. I don't want to be thinking about work. Because that is a time for resetting in the evening and getting ready for the next day. So here's the tips we went over. This all comes down to cause and effect. So often we're thinking about, I don't like that, I'm stressed, or I'm not productive. Well, let's take a step back, see what's causing that. Fix what's causing that. Before you know it, you have a productive day. We start with the end in mind, and if you noticed, all these things are kind of a domino effect. One affects the other, and so we can't just think, I'm just going to block out my time, and then we don't think about everything else. We need to think about the whole picture, and so we can be productive and have a productive day and feel good about ourselves when we go home at the end of the day. So number 1, take time to set the tone for your day. Number 2, prioritize your tasks. Number 3, work on things one at a time. Number 4, take breaks. Very important. Number 5, manage your time. Number 6, celebrate and reflect. These are things that can help you live a happier and a healthier life by taking a more strategic approach and make every day productive.